Welcome everyone to another episode of Scavenging with Pineleaf, a series of tales, travels, and trifles. And today we are starting year 3. And let's see what Rumble has to grumble about this time.
At least you will help me, won't you?
What? I ask you, am I even responsible for this mystery? True, I am nearer the party tree oftener than nearly any other hobbit in the Shire, but I am no constable. I can assure you of that, and no great riddle solver either. I do say, though, the fact that this is the 3rd week of this absurd mystery, and that all the new cards are labeled Year 3. Surely that is a clue or, well, sort of something of the kind. Wouldn't you say? I suppose so. So let's see what's on year 3. We have our tales of Boromir, which is what we'll do today. We have some travels to heights and depths. And we also have some trifles, this time with feeling. 1! Let's go and have some tales of Boromir. We will follow Boromir's journey here, which begins in Minas Tirith, and we will do it by looking at the plaque of his namesake, the steward Boromir Karn, son of Denethor. So apparently the steward Denethor thought that if the first steward Denethor would name his son Boromir, then so would the second. So let's pay tribute to this. I have discovered the plaque of steward Boromir Charn. In the last years of Denethor I, his son Boromir regained Osgiliath and Ithilien. So I guess that was also because I presume Denethor II hoped that Boromir II would do the same. Now let's go and pay our tribute to Denethor. Here we have the throne of Gondor, though of course the steward does not sit upon the throne. Instead, the steward traditionally sits on this chair that is right in front of it. So we will kneel before it because we are paying homage to Boromir's father, who of course requested that Boromir leave for the trip to Imladris. The chair would have held Boromir as steward after his father's time. But, of course, it would not. Now, while there are some things that are in the area that we could do, those are for later. Actually, no, there is one more thing we want to do. Head out to Osgiliath. Here we have Osgiliath. I'm sure Boromir spent a bit of time here fighting against the enemy. I just hope his memories here were better than mine, because I never had much fondness for pre-battle Osgiliath. It was always a place of nastiness. And that's of course because we had orcs, trolls, Easterlings, Haradrim, the works all over the place, constantly being a real pain. Fortunately, finding these remembrances aren't all that difficult. The first one, you take a straight shot across Pelennor Fields, and it's possible to get all the way there without any combat. Now it's a little bit trickier around here because you got these trolls over here, and you do have a couple of orcs you need to take care of along the way. I suppose I could use stealth, especially at 105 and they're 100. I should be able to get through with Hobbit stealth, so I suppose if you're not playing a Hobbit, it won't help you much. course, we also have the Warden skill, Careful Step. Yeah, I had a feeling I'd bring that bat in. We also have Careful Step. That only lasts for... How long does it last? Can't remember. Anyway, that could give you way around some of the more tricky bits. So, of course, we do have this rat here who's standing right in the middle of the road. But I need to get to the bridge. Now, it is a lot easier, though, to get there on this side than it would be that if I tried coming into the other side, because I'm sure if I came into the other side, I would have all sorts of company by now. I better take my time getting there because I'm not too sure I really want to fight that thing. I am coming upon the remembrance here, though it's still pretty close to that roving threat, which I want to make sure I don't get too close to it. Otherwise, my big memory here will be when I got squashed by a roving threat trying to find a remembrance. There we go. Yes. But all sorts of nasty things here, like the Mumak is turned around. Yikes! Well, I better find a more appropriate location to go and head off to Imladris. If I had been careful, that elephant may have bumped me all the way down to here. I believe this is where they had the Council of Elrond, and of course Boromir gave his little talk here to tell them what was happening in Minas Tirith. In the south, the realm of Gondor long endured. That's right. And then of course he joined the Fellowship of the Ring, and the first major incident there was with a snowstorm. Here we are at the Redhorn Gate, where in the book they had their little trip trying to cross the mountains by going over it. Of course, that didn't work out very well, so we're forced to go under Moria instead. And this was quite a trek through here. And it became even worse as the snows became worse and worse, driving them back in the end. As for my memories with this character, there aren't many on this one because this is my character where I did the full epic storyline volume 1 all in order. The strongest of us must force a path thither into the deepening snows. And of course, that didn't work out very well. And they were forced to turn around and go back down. But as I said, I didn't do much on this in this character because I'd done the full epic storyline and I was level 52, I believe. 50 or 52, somewhere in that region, by the time I finished volume 1. And when I finished volume 1, of course, I was ready to go into Moria and start that. So I didn't spend any time in Eregion except to go through it in order to... Wait. You're kidding me! How about that? I've come this way for this quest a couple of times, and I've never noticed Floyd and DeWitt here. Ah, well... At least now I know where he stands in Eregion. After the harrowing trip through Moria, they came to Lothlorien, where we are now. But of course, when they entered through here, Boromir would not have seen all of this because they were blindfolded. So therefore, let's have memories of not having any memories because we couldn't see what was going on. Of course, we weren't blindfolded. Apparently, they paved a little bit of a trail and the people of Lothlorien were a little bit more open to having visitors. Well, they weren't exactly on the friendliest side in the world, but we helped them with a few things. So they were willing to let us travel through. And of course, most of all, to help them with a few things. Because, let's face it, whoever heard of an NPC in this game that doesn't say, "Oh, yes, I will be friends with you, of course, if you help me." That's right. And we have all sorts of memories here, doing things like singing to trees. Here's a tree. But I won't sing to it because, well, I have a feeling it'll more likely wilt the tree than help it. Yes. So therefore we'll leave the singing to the trees to the elves, who probably have a much better voices, or at least more in tune. So where to next? Ah, yes, the Horn of Gondor. And unfortunately, that means for me, I need to make another trip to Rivendell. Ah, the wonders of session plays.
Someone cut a mighty swath through the Uruks in the east wall, but was it enough to save our mutual friends from certain death?
That's a good question. And of course, this is one of the key points in the story of Boromir. Because, and of course, one of the key points in the story overall, because this is, of course, the point where, well, we don't want any spoilers, do we? This way! We've got to find Frodo! Oh, that's right. Oh, it looks like we found some Uruks instead. And of course, this is one session play you could not possibly leave out on this, because this is probably the most important one that involves Boromir, and this thing's going to get annoying, isn't it? I didn't really like that slider in there, and I disabled it for all my characters. Unfortunately, session play characters don't have it automatically disabled. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Can I get rid of this? Can I get rid of this? There you go. Oh, well, hold on, Pippin! I've got to get rid of something! Don't kill the hobbits while I'm away! And of course it shows something important here, because Merry and Pippin are shown by name, while in the previous session play that you had with Boromir, well, different names for them. Let's just say that. So therefore he was in a rather bad state of mind. He's more in a helpful state of mind at this particular point. So here we are, more Uruks. Of course. What's the purpose of a steward's son, but of course to help those in dire need. This is definitely a case of dire need right here. Hey, where is everybody? We've got 2 hobbits and a man that's 1/3 of the company that set out from Rivendell. And we really should have a few more, right? Yes, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, they could all have been handy during this battle. Oh, yeah, they come from this direction this time. I mean, really, Gimli could have really been useful in cutting a swath through all these Uruks. And boy, are they noisy. Yeah, have you ever been taught to be nice and polite and calm? Never mind your orcs. Yeah, Uruks, orcs, same to me. Boromir, are you hurt? Ray does not look well. Well, if you don't think he looks well now, you could wait until we get to week 5. And more Uruk. So, yeah, therefore, we cut a swath with him. So this is a session play that's a favorite to many. He's getting to stand by one of the great epic scenes in the story. I hope this is where we get our rest, because I'm starting to go down. I think they timed this so you have just enough stamina in order to stay through this. Which is better than some of those cases where I felt like they had just not enough. Alright, is there one more, or is that it? You need aid! You must blow the horn of Gondor! I'm not sure we needed that second horn in the background in order to help this. I'm just saying. Alright, are you ready? Ready for round 2? Let's see, make sure Pippin's fine, Merry's fine, good, I'm fine. Alright, let's go defend some hobbits. And Quack. Quack. Now I don't know why they leave this Horn of Gondor back on with a... I know that it says shakes off dazes and stuns, but there aren't any dazes and stuns by any of these Uruk. I have not once been dazed or stunned. In fact, this is the only time I ever fought an Uruk where I don't recall being ever dazed or stunned. Every other Uruk I run into, pew! Stunned, 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 stunned again, stunned yet again. Oh, are you surprised that you got stunned again? Where's Strider? He must have heard the horn. Yeah, where is Strider? I know, he's looking for Frodo and all of that. So yes, everything is all falling apart in the Fellowship. Well, that's why only the first volume is called The Fellowship of the Ring, I guess. Because the Fellowship didn't last much longer than that. Well, alright, parts of it did. But they don't call the last chapter of the Fellowship of the Ring the Breaking of the Fellowship for nothing. So, of course, this is from a chapter known as the Horn of Gondor. You don't see this directly. You have it, parts of it mentioned. And in the movie... Oh, there you go. In the movie, of course, they had the aftermath of this at the end of the first movie. In the books, I think it's at the first chapter of the Two Towers. And probably for each... Oh my goodness gracious, I am going to... This better be the last round. That's what I get for talking while I'm trying to do this at the same time. But yes, I think it probably makes more movie sense and more book sense to do it the way each of them did it. So it shows you the difference between the two media, and I hope that is the last round because I'm about to go down. Hello? Okay, good. I think that's it. Let's blow the horn again! Anyone helping here? I don't think anyone's coming. Hey, you! Anyone coming to help me? Ow! Uh-oh. That's not good. Not good either. Uh-oh. Ouch. Ouch. Boromir, get up! Oh no. Merry. Come on. We have to go, Boromir. Pippin, I think this is it. Are you ready? I suppose, Merry. It's our turn to protect Boromir now. The Shire! And of course, with Boromir fallen, it is time to find where his horn went. Since that was cloven and sent down the river. So where is the horn? And of course, in his memory, we need to deal with some of the threats that are along the river and are in his old homeland. But where is the horn? Now, of course, it's along a river that's full of reeds, and if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know how much I just enjoy reeds. And eventually, though, we should find this thing, assuming we don't find 10 enemies before then. And, ooh, here we are. We also have a boar here. Let's kill a boar in the name of Boromir. I think that's fitting. There you go. And here we have the bits of a horn that's... The river brought the horn to Denethor. Broken. Yes. And that's where we end our story of Boromir, but we would like to take care of a couple of more foes, and then we will be done. I think the fly is going to be a more annoying foe than the boar, so we'll take care of that. And we'll take care of that. And defeated that. And that concludes our little tale of Boromir. So what did we get this week? If you recall, the first week's reward was the Stone of Eric plus Farmer Maggot's dog. For the second week, we got Old Man Willow here, plus Bill the Pony, appropriate for Sam. And this week, we do have a raven, which seems reasonably appropriate for Boromir, since the men of the West will sometimes use ravens for communication. But the other item is a well from Moria. Really? A well from Moria? Boromir? I thought that would come with Pippin instead, but... oh well. So let's see how deep the well is. I must have put it too close to the willow. It's completely dry. Oh well. Well, that's it for our tales for this week. Next time we will return with some travels as we return to Scavenging with Pineleaf, a series of tales, travels, and trifles.